So many people want to earn an income online and most never get there. And one of the biggest reasons is because we need to change how people think about making money online. Too many people believe that to make money online, you need to start a business. And I don't blame them. I used to think this too. But if your only goal is to make an income online so you can replace your income, then starting online business is almost the hardest route you could take. And in this video, not only am I going to show you why, but importantly, what you can do instead, which is far quicker and far easier than starting a business from scratch. So if you're ready to learn to make an income online a lot simpler than everyone who even tries, hit that like button and share some YouTube love with me. Of course, it helps the video, but I greatly appreciate it too. And during this video, make sure you pay close attention to my explanation on stress expense and how almost everyone who's either an entrepreneur or investor pays this expense without them actually knowing it. It's kind of like taxes. You need to pay them, but there are always ways to pay very little. So I'll talk to you about how to reduce it so you don't end up going grey, bald, or even becoming so physically ill that you can't work. And I've been there, and I'm going to share that story with you too. First and foremost, starting an online business is just not for everyone. And when I say that, what I mean is I believe only a certain type of person should start an online business. Who's that? That's a person who's someone who has an incredibly strong desire to change lives through a product or a service that just does not yet exist, or it could be improved. Now, this type of person should care more about the product or the service than the money they make from it. And whilst I also believe most of us, we have great intentions and want to do good in the world, the majority of us just want to get into business so we can make money. And hey, I'm not afraid to say that when I got into business, that was my exact goal. I didn't care what the business was, as long as I could make enough money to quit my day job. That was it. So if that's you and your main goal is money, please do yourself a huge favor and don't start a business, or at least consider not starting a business. And let me explain why. To start off with, startups have an extremely high failure rate. According to the SBA study in America, 90% of startups fail. Meaning if you're to start an online business right from the get-go, you're stacking the odds against your favor. And I've interviewed some of the best business owners on my podcast, and many of them are known for starting businesses. But you know what? The majority of them, given the option, would prefer to buy an established business. How wild is that? Secondly, product market fit. This is hard. When starting a business, most people just try to find any old product and put it up for sale on the internet. But that just doesn't work. I've done that too myself. The best businesses find a market of people in a niche first and try to work out what they want. And only once they know what that market is and what they're desperate for, they then work out what product or service will make their life better. This method is called finding product market fit, and it's the reverse of what almost all first-time business owners do. You don't need to find a product and try to sell it. They find the market first and suit the product to the desires, which dramatically increases the business's chance of success and making a lot more money. You may have even heard the quote, "Don't start a business, solve a problem. Business comes second." This is why I tell people not to start a business if their only goal is to make money. Because to start a business, the people and the product should come first, and finding that product market fit doesn't just cost you time. Of course, time is a massive factor, but it also costs you a lot of money with trial and error, beta products, getting feedback, creating multiple variations of a product or service to just even have it ready to market, and then you still need to sell it. Then the costs need to be recuperated from the business, and most entrepreneurs just can't go the distance, unfortunately, especially that marketing phase where a lot of money is put into trying to sell a product. And in a second, I'm going to share with you my story on how I nearly blew up my business because I had this massive stress expense I never paid until it was well overdue. But I want to ask you, have you ever started a business? And how did it go? Let me know in the comments below. I've started many businesses and failed so many times, so please let us know in the comments. Have you started a business before too? The third thing is, How much do you think it costs to start a business? The correct answer is more than you expect. Have you ever done a home renovation before, or know someone who has? I'm confident that they blew, or you blew out the budget, and also the time frame that they gave themselves for getting it done. Worse yet, the amount of money and effort they put into the renovation most likely didn't add the same amount of value to their property. And this can be common. Same with starting a business. It usually costs you a lot more money than you bargained for. What makes this dangerous is, yes, it can dig into your marketing budget. And this is where a lot of people fail. They spend so much on the setup that they can't afford to drive traffic to the business and make those sales. They then fall into that 90% startup bracket that fail, which sucks. Even seasoned business veterans have had this happen to them multiple times over. So spending a lot of money sucks. But like they say, you can always earn more money, but you can't earn more time. So what's far worse than spending a lot of money is spending a lot of time on the business and then it failing. Many people have been known, me included, hey, that was me, to be honest, been known to spend years on a business and it did not work out. Could you imagine spending years on something that strips your bank account and your energy levels dry? Speaking of energy levels, let me tell you about what I call the stress expense. Sure, it costs time and money to start a business, but nobody talks about the level of stress you put on yourself and the effects of that. I once worked so hard, I'm talking too many hours, too many days per week for far too long, that I actually got glandular fever. And I just let myself be so busy that I didn't even know I had glandular fever. I just worked through it. What an idiot. I wasn't even listening to my body at that time. It was in pain and I just completely ignored it. It's scary to think. I can't believe I let myself get to that level. And then over a year later, a doctor told me that I had glandular fever, which I didn't even know. And the glandular fever turned into this thing called Epstein-Barr virus, EBV. And there are four levels of Epstein-Barr virus. And I was level 3, verging on level 4, and I didn't even realize, 4 being the worst. You know, I was overworked and I was overstressed, and to a point, I had to take a break from work to recover. So from this experience and thinking back on it many times, I realized that because I was stressed and overworked, my mind wasn't sharp, and I made bad decisions in my business because of this. Not only did I suffer, but the business did. And I had to pay a heavy stress expense. So by now you're thinking, all right, Jared, I get the point. Startups are harder than expected, right? They're very hard. What's the alternative? Well, firstly, you don't need to start from ground zero with a business. Many people have been getting incredible results buying an aged domain and building a website on those aged domains. For example, an aged domain is a domain that someone had previously used for a website and decided not to continue with that website or business anymore. But because they built a great brand name and may have a lot of traffic and backlinks being sent to that domain, that actual domain has great SEO value. Thus, if you buy an aged domain and create a website using that domain in the same niche the previous website was once in, you're not starting really at ground zero, right? So like I said, I have heard of people doing this and start making a lot of money a lot sooner than starting a business from scratch. And I'd like to thank our video sponsor today, Odys Global, for making domain investing an easy yet incredible vehicle for building a website on established domains. So if you're interested in this route, you can get a great discount code. I don't get affiliate links or anything like that. This is not an affiliate link. You can get a great discount code by buying a premium agent domain from Odys Global by using Jared100 as a coupon code at checkout. Head to odys.global, that's odys.global, and check out their domains and see how much value these domains actually hold. Secondly, if your only goal is just to make money online, then why not buy a business? I know it may be wild to think, but even after hearing everything I have just said, there are people out there who do make it in business. The best thing about that for us is many of these people who not only went through all the pain of starting the business, a lot of them want to sell their business. And where we come in, and we can piggyback off their hard work. When you buy a business, you don't go through the phases of finding product market fit and trying to pay back what you've already spent. You buy the business and you instantly make money from the income, right? This is my whole jam. This is what my business is all about. You can buy a business that's already found product market fit, spent all the time, effort, energy, and resources on building it up, and pass that 90% failure rate, and you can purchase one of those. So if you are interested, then all you need to do is just jump through all of my YouTube videos on this channel, go through that. You can go through my website, listen to my podcast. There's a bunch of incredible resources around my business here on how to buy a profitable business and skip that awful startup phase. And if, like me, this is going to become your jam too, buying a business, I have a gift for you. Get my free due diligence framework by clicking the link in the description of this video. This is the due diligence framework that I and all my clients use to buy businesses and save us hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars in mistakes and make us great money through taking the guesswork out of buying a business through this due diligence framework. So you can get that with the link in the description. YouTube watcher, what's up? It's Jared Krause here, and if you've watched this video up until now, please smash the like button. I really do appreciate it and it helps the video a lot. Also, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing really well, and I also want to ask you, please consider subscribing because my commitment and exploration on YouTube is just exploding at the moment. Stories, polls, more amazing content, more surprise and delight, and this is the time to subscribe. So I hope you consider it, and I hope to see you on the next video.
Hey YouTube watcher, if you thought that video was good, you should check out this video here on the 2 best types of websites beginners should buy. Or check out my playlist on how I made my first 100K from buying websites and how to do due diligence. Check it out, it's an awesome playlist. You'll enjoy it.